Hey, what's up, Coin Fam? I'm Miser, and I make educational videos for coin collectors and coin roll hunters that want to learn how to identify rare and valuable coins in their pocket change. In today's video, we're talking about quarter errors and quarter varieties that you can easily find in your pocket change. You may even have one of these in your pocket right now. There are several possibilities for die chips on the 2015 Philadelphia minted Homestead Quarter, as well as a relatively common double die. We'll talk about the die chips first and get into the double die a little bit later. The die chips on this coin that we're getting ready to talk about are selling for between $3 and $5. There's the leaky bucket variety. I don't have any of these in my collection right now, but I wanted to make sure I showed it to you. Take a look at the die chip on the bottom of the bucket. And how about some snow on the roof? Here's another variety where the die chip is located either on the right side or the left side of the roof, or sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll find chips on both sides of the roof. Take a look at this huge die chip right here that runs along both sides of the roof, and you can see another die chip above the window right here. I would price this one here at least at $15, probably more. Here's another one of my favorite quarters to look for die chips and DDRs, and there are plenty of them to look for. We'll get into the DDR shortly. Let's look at the 4 common places for die chips on the 2016 Philadelphia minted Harpers Ferry Quarter. First, you should be looking for the cat on the roof variety on the left or right side of the roof. There's also a common die chip located on top of the guard tower of John Brown's fort. There's another die chip that you can sometimes find near the back of the fort by the rain spout. You can see a small one in this picture here, but it gets bigger. If you're really lucky, you can find multiple die chips on the same quarter like this one here. We have a die chip on the right side of the roof, the guard tower, and the back of the building. Sold prices for this one came in at a disappointing $1 to $3, but you should be able to get a little bit more with multiple or larger die chips. Okay, let's go through a few more quarters that you can find die chips fairly common. Then we'll move on to some other errors and varieties. On the 2015 Philadelphia minted Bombay Hook Quarter, look at the beak and the feathers on top of the blue heron. Here's a die chip under the eye at the beginning of the beak. These are fairly common on this quarter. Here's another one in a different location where the blue heron's head transitions to the neck. That's a pretty good sized die chip right there. Here's one with 3 die chips in the common errors to look for. I wasn't able to find any examples of sold Block Island die chips, but I have several in my collection. On the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway, there's a caterpillar on the loose. To find this die chip, locate the word unum on the right side of the coin. This is the petal of the dogwood where the caterpillar die chip can be found. This is one of the later die stages for this chip. Recent prices for the caterpillar coin are coming in at about $7 including postage. On the 2015 Philadelphia minted Saratoga Quarter, there's a die chip that's a little more rare than the others we've already looked at. I've seen die chips on the bottom of the loop guard, like the one you see here, as well as in between the fingers and the loop guard, and on the handle of the sword in this area right here. On the 2016 Philadelphia minted Fort Moultrie Quarter, I look for die chips on the flagpole, like the 2 examples here. You should also look for one at the top of the hat by the edge of the design, similar to the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt die chip, like this one right here. You can also see what looks like the beginning of the flagpole die chip right here in between the arrows and the line. Recent sold prices for this quarter are between $5 and $10 with shipping. On the 2017 Philadelphia minted George Rogers Clark Quarter, there are several places to look for die chips. You can find them on either of the hats in these locations or on the long gun right here. I didn't see any recent sales for this variety, but there were some listings for about $2.50. We know about the next 2 quarters because we look at the mint mark to see if it's a West Point quarter or not, but both of them are known to have die chips, and one of them is known for the skull crack error, which is really a variety, but we'll be talking about that very soon. Let's talk about San Antonio, but take a look at the reverse of this 2019 San Antonio Missions Quarter. There are several places to look for die chips on the reverse of this coin. You can find die chips around the bell tower, the waves, and around the edge of the cross. Recent sold listings are about $4.50. Here's another one. This is a 2019 Lowell quarter that has some common varieties. The first one we'll talk about is the tower chip. Take a look at the tower at about 2 o'clock. This is a common location for a die chip. Die chips like this are selling for about $3 to $4.50. So we've looked at a lot of examples of die chips. Sometimes rather than a chip, a die develops a crack. If these cracks are in the head of a person pictured on a coin, it's often referred to as a skull crack. If it's partially in the head, it's often referred to as a spiked head. In addition to the die chip we talked about on this quarter already, you also want to look for a die crack in the head of the textile worker. Here's what it looks like. These are going for about $10 on eBay. Here's another die crack that's very sought after by those who collect these. This is the 1999 Philadelphia minted Delaware spitting horse variety. It's called the spitting horse because the die crack starts by the mouth of the horse and extends out from there. You can find this variety in different lengths. This one is a little hard to see because of the plastic on the flip it's in. If you look closely, you can see the line that extends from the mouth of the horse towards the A in Caesar. Here's another one that's much more prominent. You can see the crack start below the nostril of the horse, and it extends down through the letter C all the way to the edge of the coin design. There are a lot of sales for these on eBay, all the way up to $5 for this variety. Next up is a Cud. A Cud is a die chip or a die crack that comes in contact with the edge of the coin. This is a Cud on a 2006 Philadelphia minted North Dakota quarter. Cuds will increase in price based on the size of the Cud. The bigger, the better. Here are some examples similar to this one that sold on eBay for up to $14. All right, now let's talk about double dies. As we discussed earlier, Cuds, die chips, and die cracks are the result of damage or deterioration of the die. A double die is when some of the design elements are duplicated on the die because of misalignment of the hub during the die making process. The first one we're going to talk about is the 2007 Philadelphia minted Wyoming quarter. There are many different varieties of DDR or double die reverse for the Wyoming quarter. You can see a list of known double dies at doubledie.com. On this quarter, you can see doubling in the two areas marked by arrows, and here's another variety with a line extending out from the saddle. Here's a third variety that's a little hard to see in this flip, but if you look closely, you can see a line to the left of the arrow that follows the curve of the saddle. There's no mistaking the doubling on this quarter here. That one is hard to miss if you know what you're looking for. Here's one that sold recently for $5.24, including shipping. We already looked at the 2015 Philadelphia minted Homestead Quarter before, but not for the DDR. This one also has several different varieties. We'll take a look at a few that I have in my collection. Here you can see the pump handle doubled in the window, and on these other ones, the doubling is from the windows. This one is on the second one down on the left side. Here's some more doubling on the third window down on the right, and take a look at the diagonal doubling on the second window down on the right. How much do these go for? Just like any other coin, it depends on a number of factors, one of which is condition. Here's one that sold for $6 with shipping. Here's another one that was graded MS67 by Annex and sold for a whopping $125 because it was the highest graded coin known of that variety. Here's another quarter we looked at for die chips already, but not for the DDRs they're famous for. It's the 2016 Philadelphia minted Harpers Ferry quarter, and this is one of the most common DDRs that you can find on modern quarters. Just like the last two quarters, there are several varieties to look for. To find these varieties, you're definitely going to need a magnifier, a loop, or a microscope. You want to focus on the top part of the windows on the right side of the quarter above the door. You may be able to find doubling inside the windows on this part of the quarter right here. Take a look at doubledie.com to get familiar with the different varieties that are already known. This coin right here is a little dirty, but the doubling is still very obvious on the second row of windows. It's most prominent on the middle window, and you can see a little bit of doubling on the window beneath it. All of these other quarters are different DDR varieties I've found on these quarters, and there are a lot of them. We'll take a look at a few of them so you have a clear idea of what to look for. Here's a DDR with 4 of the windows affected. These are quite popular on eBay. Many of them were listed for about $8 including shipping, but had a best offer accepted under the list price. Here's another one that was bid up and sold for $7.50. Here's an interesting error coin. It's a blank planchet that I found in a circulated roll of quarters. We've all probably seen blanks or slugs when we were younger. Some of us may have even tried to use them in snack machines back in the day. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. So how do you know if it's just a flat piece of metal or an actual quarter planchet? There are a couple things to check for in order to confirm this. First, look for the clad layers. As you may already know, our business strike quarters are made of a layer of copper and a layer of nickel. Look at the edge of the quarter to make sure the 2 layers are there. You should also check the weight. A quarter should weigh approximately 5.67 grams. There may be some slight variances in weight, but it should be very close. This planchet weighed in at 5.66 grams. Blank quarter planchets are going for between $10 and $20. Do you collect die chips or die cracks? Leave a comment below and let me know.